HRD is not just about skills and knowledge, even leadership development will be attained through HRD. If you're born poor, it is not your mistake, but if you die poor, it is your own mistake, is what a person had written. Cultural transmission should always enhance the activity in a very good form rather than degrading those cultures. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm B.Ba from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students. Now here in this session, I'm going to tell you more about the Unit 4. It's all about HRD evaluating program. So we went with something called how HRD started, the framework of HRD. Then we also went with human resource performance. Now it is the next stage, that is evaluating. Whatever we planned it, whether it gave us a positive result or the negative result. So here, evaluating human resource development, that is what? It's a 2 marks question for you. So here, HRD program is essential to determine their effectiveness. That is, whatever the program which we conducted, whether it is effective or it's not effective, that you will get to know in HRD evaluation. So the impact, how it is, the impact to the employees, did it result in their career growth? Did it enable them to upskill their knowledge? Did it enable them to understand the pattern of it and then follow the knowledge process or the career process? So did it help the organizational goal to be achieved in a quicker way or a smart way? So HRD programs play a critical role in enhancing the employee skills, as we all know, fostering the leadership development. See, HRD is not just about skills and knowledge, even leadership development will be attained through HRD. And promoting organizational effectiveness, is it there or not? So evaluating these programs is essential to assess their impact, measure outcome, and ensure alignment with organizational goals. So that's the reason evaluation of HRD is very much needed. So what are the steps? If we go stepwise, it is say first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It should go like this, right? It's a hierarchical, vertical hierarchical method. So the first one here is clarify program objectives and outcomes. So you first understand why we are supposed to do it, then what exactly the program objective was, and what was supposed to be the outcome, that you clarify. Collect relevant data. The data can be what? The standard. First you analyze, then you go with actual data. Then you compare both standard and actual. If there is any deviation, you need to rectify the deviation. Next, use evaluation methods and tools. You can use the methods and the tools to evaluate whether they have achieved the outcome. If they have achieved, how much they have achieved. That is like you have achieved really good, or you have achieved but it is like par. You have achieved but it is not satisfactory. Then you compare against the benchmark and the standard. See, here only I told you, right? The benchmark and the standards you are supposed to check. Then go with return on investment. See, you have invested in HRD, right? Without money, HRD cannot happen, right? You need to pump money for HRD. So what is that return which you have got? The ROI, if you calculate return on investment, then you will get to know that. Say the ROI, return on investment. So you invested somewhere, say 1 crore for this project of HRD. The return is not exactly after the HRD evaluation. That you need to stay for a longer period. Say the return what you got is only 6 lakh. That is on production if you go with it, or any kind of a thing, whichever you got. Now, the return on investment is very bad. See, how much you invested? 1 crore on HRD. But return on investment is bad. But many of them, they feel that this is bad comparatively, but I'll tell you, HRD is not for only 1 year. No, it is a process. It is what? It's a process. So that's why you should have a clarified program objective. Now it can be for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Now the second year, it can be 18 lakh. The third year can be 36 lakh, right? So you need to check on the evaluation program and then it will come. So within the next day only, you can't expect that it should be 1 lakh on 1 lakh. So return on investment, that is what it is. You're not supposed to calculate like that. Evaluate stakeholder feedback and engagement. Whoever are the people who went with HRD training, those feedback should be taken, right? Their seniors feedback should be taken. How is the employee who went with the HRD program, is he or she performing? That is what the feedback should be taken. And the last one is continuous improvement and recommendations should happen in the evaluation of HRD. So these are the steps and it can come for 10 marks. Now, human resource development application, if you go with it, where it has been applied is training and development programs, performance management and feedback. See, feedback is something which you really need to take. My only question to you, you can comment in the comment box, right? Why is that we need to take feedback? Reason is, whatever we have planned, we feel that whatever the plan we have done, that is the best plan. But in reality, it will not be the same. It will be totally different. So, but if there is a person who wants to improve, what is that he gonna do is he'll work on his weakness rather than the positive what he has. So that's the reason, more than us, it is the other people who are watching us, they'll get to know that what this person is doing, whether it is good or bad. So that's the reason you should always take a feedback saying that, is that approach what we have done is giving a good result or a bad result? Is it worthy to approach the same result the next academic year also, or the next annual year also? That is what you are supposed to take feedback. Then this application is done in the career development and succession planning. I have already spoken more about succession planning in my previous videos. Now please go back and check what exactly succession planning is. I've given an example of Mahendra Singh Dhoni after MS Dhoni, who should be the captain. The same way here also, say there was a time where Cyrus Mistry was a CEO of Tata. Now what happened? There was a chaos, there was a problem, and then again Ratan Tata came back. Now the reason why he came back is what? That is called the succession planning. There he felt whatever he has done is wrong, so he came back and he rectified it. The same way, there are so many CEOs were changed, so many CFO were changed. The reason is the next who is a person you are supposed to go with it. The same way, I gave one more example in my previous sessions where I said Bill Gates was a CEO of Microsoft. Now Bill Gates felt this is the time for me to retire, and he thought who should be the next CEO, and he gave it to an Indian born, right? So American Indian, and you should tell me in the comment box what is the name of that person whom Bill Gates gave entire Microsoft and then left Microsoft. He retired from Microsoft. So next is diversity, equity and inclusion. That is the DEI. DEI. That is called diversity, equity and inclusion initiative. Employee engagement and well-being. That is all the applications of human resource. Next is fundamentals concept of socialization. Now, socialization is a very important topic. You will get a question of 2 marks. What is socialization? Now, nowadays, I've seen my students. I'm working since 2014 in the same college, and now it is 2024. It's been a 10 years journey for me. The way students used to socialize in 2014 and now students, they socialize with their friends in 2024, there's a huge difference, right? So the same way, if you take an example of a company, the way in 2004 how people used to socialize, and 14 how they started to socialize, and 24 how they started to socialize, do you feel there will be a difference or will it be the same? My answer would be, It will not be the same. It cannot be same. Reason, this socialization is divided into these 5 categories. The first is primary socialization. The primary in the sense in your home. Secondary socialization, the role theory, cultural transmission, and re-socialization. So this can come for a 10 marks question. So you should understand each and everything in very clear manner. The first one is the primary socialization. After the entire unit is done, I'm going to ask you a question, that is, how is that your socialization is working, right? So primary, it is an initial and fundamental process of learning societal norms, values, behavior, and language that occurs during early childhood. So this primary socialization is what? Early childhood. Early childhood. Within the family units, so family members, caregivers, and close relatives play a pivotal role in transmitting cultural norms and values to the children. It establishes the basic framework of an individual identity and understanding of social roles and expectations. See, there's a lot of difference, right? So whenever we go and talk about why is a child behaving like that, it is not the child's behavior. You need to understand the primary socialization impact. Now, how will a student behave if he is from a rural background? How does a student behave in the urban background? How does a student behave in the metropolitan city? How will a student behave in a developed nation and their family is really a standard family? And how a person gonna behave if he is from a slum? So there is a difference. That's why, please do understand, if you're born poor, it is not your mistake, but if you die poor, it is your own mistake, is what a person had written. So I always read about Swami Vivekananda, and he had written something like this. That is, you show me your friend circle, I'll tell you your future. That's why, students, the primary socialization is very important. The surrounding, the environment, how the parents treat a child, how relatives treat a child, right? There are so many children I have seen who got traumatized in the primary socialization only. So be very careful whenever you go with these things. And the next one we have is secondary socialization. Now, in the secondary socialization, what will happen in the sense after the primary, that is primary, the next is secondary. If you go here, we had the family, right? Now it is his schools, college, colleagues, other people gonna come. So here, throughout life beyond the family environment, involving interaction with broader social institutions such as schools, workplace, peer group, that is his colleagues, and the media. Teachers, peers, colleague, mentor, and media influence the acquisition of more complex social roles, behavior, and cultural practices. So prepares individual and navigate diverse social contexts and adapt to changing roles of responsibilities. So this is very, very important. So how the primary will affect the same way. So the primary is the best. Okay. We've also seen so many examples where the top-notch business tycoons, how they behave with their family, and after that, how is that kid will actually get exposed to the society, and how will that kid behave. Say, I'll give an example here. You need to tell me that which is the company, who's the person who actually did all these things. So there was this guy called Singhania, the Raymond's founder. Now he is a person who started to live life in a way he wanted to live. Say a breakfast in a country, lunch in a different country, dinner in a different country, a high tea in a different country, then rest in a different country. Like that his habits were, right? That is how he used to work. And one fine day he thought, let me retire and give it to my son. So he gave everything to his son, saying that all the property, business, everything, it belongs to my son, and he retired. 1 year it was all fine. The second year there was a problem with son and the father. The third year the son decided that I should take an action and will set an example and I'll do something for these things which is not a proper things to be done. And what exactly happened? I'm just giving you a curiosity here. The son told the father that you need to go out of the house. You need to get out of the house. So it is so rude to say that, but I'm just telling you. And the father left the house which he had built to his son. Now understand, primary socialization was all good for the son. What happened? Secondary socialization, that is a school, workplace, peer group, and the media. Now, I'll just reveal it. Say Gautam Singhania, please do Google about him and then understand. It's a lesson for us to learn, right? How socialization will impact us, how that will affect our mentality, right? Now, the founder of Raymond's, he feels that somewhere the nurturing went wrong. And where it went wrong, it can be primary or it can be secondary. The third thing is role theory, in the sense they give you a role and then you are expected to be the same. So examine how individuals learn and internalize specific roles and responsibilities within society, each with its own set of expectation, rights and duties, the process through which individuals acquire and internalize the behavior, attitudes and norms associated with specific social roles. It occurs when individuals experience tension and discrepancy between different social roles they occupy. Example, parents versus employee. Now, how parents will treat, how the employer will treat, there is a difference. So, this role theory, in the sense, we stick to a particular role and we are like, okay, I should be like him. So, example, now if you ask a question, Sunil Gavaskar never wanted to be like V.B. Richards, but he started to practice. Same way, Brain Lara never wanted to be like Sunil Gavaskar. Sachin never wanted to be like Brain Lara. Sehwag never wanted to be like Sachin, or Virat never wanted to be like Sehwag. So what exactly it is? They made their own individual unique identity. But there are still people who feel that I should play like V.V.S. Richard. I should play like Sunil Gavaskar. I should play like Sachin. I should play like Sehwag. I should be like Virat Kohli. So that is the role theory. That will make people believe the way they think that their role model, and then they practice the same thing. Next is cultural transmission. So it is a process by which cultural knowledge, beliefs, values and tradition are passed down from one generation to the next through socialization. See, all the festivals, whatever we do at our house, how that we got to know is when we were small, we saw that our parents are doing it. The question is, how is that our parents got to know? When they were small, their parents were doing it. So that is what the cultural transmission is. And cultural transmission should always enhance the activity in a very good form rather than degrading those cultures. The last one is re-socialization. What is this re-socialization? Please do understand this. There are so many people who have gone in a different way. Now they will come back. That is called re-socialization. So it involves unlearning previously acquired behavior, which was bad, or the values and attitudes, and acquiring new ones. That is called re-socialization. So they occur in institutional setting such as the military training. See, in military, if you join, they're gonna make you relearn everything, right? They'll tell you whatever you learned before, it's all nullified. Now you need to learn whatever it is needed. Now rehab centers, there are few people who get into drugs or alcohol, cigarettes or anything which they cannot leave. Now they go to rehab centers. Now in rehab, what they do is they again cleanse them from the start, and that is what is called the re-socialization. So it can come for 2 marks question. So anything regarding this chapter, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.